Today's American public is becoming increasingly aware of the overall usefulness and practicality of every item they buy. Rising prices and tight money have forced most Americans to carefully evaluate their needs and spend their money in a way that will satisfy their overall needs. In the automotive market, the sharp increase in four-wheel drive vehicle sales is positive proof that the American public is recognizing the versatility and practicality of four-wheel drive vehicles. Today's comfortable, smooth-riding, but rugged four-wheel drive vehicles are a far cry from the rough-riding, stripped-down vehicles that were sold during the early post-war era. Their evolution to the comfortable, multi-purpose vehicles we know in the 70s has taken almost 25 years. The need for all-wheel drive vehicles was brought about when the beginning of World War II created a demand for tactical and cargo vehicles that would be at home both on and off the road. International Harvester was contracted by the government to design all-wheel drive vehicles to serve the needs of our highly mobile armed forces. During the war, International Harvester designed and built thousands of tough, dependable all-wheel drive vehicles. Those rugged trucks strengthened International's reputation as the manufacturer of the best heavy-duty trucks in the world. After the war, International continued to build all-wheel drive vehicles for both military and commercial uses. In the late 1950s, International recognized the need to develop a compact four-wheel drive vehicle that would appeal to sportsmen, families, law enforcement agencies, mail carriers, businesses such as service stations, and the construction industry. Those needs were satisfied by the introduction of the Scout in 1961. The Scout was the first compact four-wheel drive vehicle that was stylish, comfortable, and practical for both the family and the commercial owner. As the popularity of four-wheel drive vehicles increased, International extended its know-how to the travel-all and pickup lines to offer the American public a complete line of all-wheel drive vehicles. Today's four-wheelers are truly multi-purpose vehicles, at home in remote areas, in construction areas, on the farm, in service station use, or on the highway. Combine their versatility with their traditional extra heavy-duty construction, durability, and high resale value, it's easy to see why there is such a demand for four-wheel drive vehicles. Four-wheelers are especially adapted to remote area use. Sportsmen, adventurers, conservation officials, and law enforcement personnel rely on rugged four-wheel drive vehicles to get them into and out of remote areas. Contractors find four-wheel drive vehicles advantages of four-wheel drive over two-wheel drive. Gas stations and garages find that the four-wheeler's ruggedness and versatility make them more profitable than their two-wheel drive counterparts. Garages can make service calls in any kind of weather and provide profitable snow plowing service during the winter. For the family owner, a four-wheel drive vehicle offers much more than just second car convenience. Today's four-wheel drive vehicles are sharp-looking, comfortable, and easy to drive, making them attractive to the whole family. They are at home, running around town, towing a travel trailer, or taking the family to a remote wilderness fishing or hunting spot. The uses you can find for a four-wheel drive vehicle are limited only by your needs and imagination. To fill those needs, International Trucks manufactures 3 light-line four-wheel drive vehicles. There is the compact Scout, available as a small pickup, or with a removable full-length steel top with comfortable seating for 5 adults. The Scout is short and extremely maneuverable. When equipped with a 345 cubic inch V8, a 4-speed manual or 3-speed automatic transmission, and a 2-speed transfer case, the Scout can climb more than a 45-degree hill, making it the best choice in extremely steep and rough terrain. The Scout's cargo area is maximized with a fold-down rear seat that adds to its versatility. The 3-passenger Scout pickup can carry a larger load and is a good choice when capacity and extreme maneuverability are prime considerations. The Scout is best suited to the customer who doesn't need a great amount of passenger or cargo capacity. Its good looks, versatility, and compact size make the Scout one of America's most popular four-wheel drive vehicles. If your needs require more cargo and passenger capacity, International's Travelall is a more logical choice. The Travelall can comfortably carry 6 to 8 adults and offers considerably more cargo area than the Scout. The Travelall's extra room makes it better suited for hauling work crews and equipment into remote work areas or construction sites. Because of its larger size, strong suspension, and powerful engine options, the four-wheel drive Travelall is also an outstanding trailer pulling vehicle. When passenger carrying capacity is not a major consideration and cargo capacity is, the International Pickup is the best choice. The Pickup is the workhorse of the line. The combination of International's proven reliability and four-wheel drive makes the Pickup the best selection when the going gets rough on the farm, at work out in the boondocks, or carrying a slide-in camper. When you decide on a four-wheel drive vehicle, it's up to the salesman to help you choose the right powertrain and options for your needs. He'll help you choose the right engine, transmission, transfer case, and other options and equipment to meet your requirements. International offers 4 different engines and 7 different horsepower ratings for light line four-wheel drive vehicles. The smallest and most economical engine is the 4-cylinder, 196 cubic inch, 86 horsepower engine offered only in the Scout. The 4-cylinder engine gets good gas mileage and produces adequate power from a rugged, compact package. The economical 4-cylinder engine is at home in a family runabout or in a service station vehicle when towing is not required. The 304 cubic inch V8 is available in the Scout, Travelall, and Pickup. It's available in 140 and 144 horsepower versions that feature economical gas mileage with smooth, responsive V8 performance. For medium-duty applications, such as towing medium-weight trailers and carrying medium to heavy loads in moderately steep terrain, the 304 engine is a good choice. Next up the line is the 345 cubic inch V8. It's offered in all the light line vehicles and is rated at 158 horsepower with single exhaust and 163 horsepower with dual exhaust. The 345 is the largest engine offered in the Scout and is the best choice for off-roading and trailer towing. The 345 engine offers plenty of reserve torque for highway travel, serious off-road use, and trailering. For the Travelall or Pickup, the 345 is an excellent choice. These heavier vehicles need extra power for good performance with medium to heavy cargo or trailer loads. Gradability with the 345 engine in the Travelall and Pickup is outstanding because of its low RPM, high torque characteristics. When high load capacity and extreme off-road capability is needed, the 392 cubic inch V8 should be chosen. The 392 is offered in 187 and 196 horsepower versions and is the most powerful engine International offers in its light line vehicles. If your requirements include pulling a heavy trailer, loading up to the vehicle's GVW regularly, or traveling in really rough country, specify the 392 V8. Generally, more power means more gradability and load capacity. Remember, overloading an engine shortens engine life. It's better to have some reserve power when you really need it. Backing up the engine is one of 3 transmission choices. Standard in all the light line four-wheelers is a fully synchronized 3-speed manual transmission. 4-speed manual and 3-speed automatic transmissions are optional and recommended for any heavy-duty application. The optional 4-speed transmission is recommended for medium to heavy-duty operation when the customer desires a manual transmission. Snow plowing and tough hauling jobs in rugged terrain require a heavy-duty transmission like the 4-speed. Growing fast in popularity with four-wheel drive enthusiasts is IH's 3-speed automatic transmission. The automatic's ease of operation, proven reliability, and smooth power application make it the best choice for any four-wheel drive application. The really tough jobs, like snow plowing, towing, and carrying cargo into steep, rugged terrain, are much easier with the automatic. It's a tough, strong transmission that is rated to handle up to 12,500 pounds gross combination weight. Serious off-road enthusiasts prefer the automatic because its smooth power application and tremendous low-speed torque developed in the torque converter provide excellent slow-speed maneuverability in the steepest, roughest terrain. When the automatic is chosen for very heavy-duty applications, an auxiliary transmission oil cooler is recommended in addition to the automatic's standard heavy-duty cooling package. Under slow-speed, high-load conditions, or when pulling extra heavy trailers, radiator and transmission temperatures get very high. Extend the life of the transmission with the addition of an auxiliary oil cooler on pickups and travelogues. The next factor to consider is the transfer case. The transfer case divides the power between the front and rear wheels. When the transfer case is engaged, power will be delivered to both front and rear axles. When it's disengaged, only the rear wheels will be driven. International offers two different transfer cases. A one-speed case is offered as standard equipment. A two-speed with power takeoff provision is offered as optional equipment. The one-speed transfer case is an easy-to-operate one-to-one direct drive coupling to the axles. It's suited to light and medium-duty jobs such as driving in snow, pulling light trailers, and use off-road where a lot of gradability isn't needed. For snow plowing, serious off-road use, lugging heavy loads through rugged terrain, or any other heavy-duty application, a two-speed transfer case is recommended. The two-speed offers a one-to-one direct drive for normal highway use, and a 2-to-1 reduction drive that keeps the engine RPMs up for increased power and response, and doubles the gradability of the vehicle. After the engine, transmission, and transfer case have been selected, the only other component common to four-wheel drive vehicles that has to be considered is the front hubs. International offers three types of front hubs: standard hubs, manual locking hubs, and lock-o-matic hubs. The standard hubs are bolted directly to the front axle shafts. Whenever the vehicle is driven in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, the axle shafts, gears, drive shafts, and transfer case gears are in motion. There is no way to disengage the front wheels, so they may freewheel when four-wheel drive is not needed. International two types of locking hubs as factory-installed options. Both the manual locking hubs and lock-o-matic automatic hubs provide a means of controlling the engagement of the front wheels to the front drive axle. When the hubs are engaged, power is delivered to both front wheels. Disengagement allows the front wheels to freewheel, saving axle and differential gear wear, increasing fuel economy, providing easier steering, reducing noise and vibration, and prolonging engine life. Both the manual and lock-o-matic hubs share the same manual locking parts. In this cutaway of a lock-o-matic hub, the white arrow points to a movable locking collar that is splined to the hub. When the locking collar is in this position, the hub, wheel, and tire are able to freewheel, completely independent of the axle shafts. In this next view, the hub function selector has been turned halfway to the lock position. The arrow points to the locking collar, which moves in cup, which is attached to the selector. When the locking collar is in the full lock position, spline of the collar will be fully engaged with matching splines on an adapter attached to the axle shaft. With the manual hubs, the engage the hubs by whenever the four-wheel drive is needed, and manually disengage two-wheel drive freewheeling. Lock-o-matic automatic lock of that chore automatically. All the driver has to do is stop and shift to drive, and he's to go back way, shift to two-wheel drive, and the hubs automatic wheel. The automatic locking feature works only when the hubs are set in the free position. It's actuated by roller and cam assemblies attached to the axle that ride in steel cylinders bolted to the hub and wheel assemblies. When the axle is engaged, the rollers are free to set below areas of the axle, and the wheel can freewheel in either forward or reverse. Is engaged, and the axles and the 10-sided axle cams begin to turn. The rollers ride up the angled ramps on the axle cams and are wedged against the hub cylinder, locking the hubs, wheels, and tires to the axle shafts. When extremely steep grades have to be ascended and descended, the lock-o-matic hub should be set in the lock position for four-wheel engine braking. The axle ratio should also be chosen with your needs in mind. Generally, a numerically high axle ratio will give you more pulling power, faster acceleration, and lower gas mileage. A numerically low axle ratio will normally provide better gas mileage, but lack some pulling power and acceleration. Some prospective four-wheel drive customers are skeptical because they have heard somewhere that shifting in and out of four-wheel drive is complicated and difficult. It's not true. International four-wheelers are easy to shift. The one-speed transfer case is simple to shift. Whenever you decide to shift to four-wheel drive, stop the vehicle and pull off the selector knob on the dash. To shift back into two-wheel drive, simply push the knob back in. That's all there is to it. The two-speed transfer case has a floor-mounted shift lever that has 4 positions. There is four-wheel drive low for slow going out in the rough when hauling heavy loads at slow speeds or snow plowing. Neutral for operating the power takeoff with both the axles disengaged. Two-wheel drive high for normal operation on the highway. And four-wheel drive high for driving on unimproved roads, in snow, or wherever conditions require more traction than two-wheel drive provides. Shifting the two-speed transfer case is easy. Always stop the vehicle, push in the clutch, and move the selector lever to the desired position. If the lever is difficult to move into the right position, let the clutch out slightly while firmly pushing or pulling the selector lever to the desired position. If the vehicle is equipped with an automatic transmission, it is often necessary to firmly push or pull the selector lever with your right hand and move the shift selector from drive to reverse with your left hand. This will momentarily unload the transmission gears and cause the transfer case selector lever to move much easier. For safety's sake, always keep your foot on the brakes during this operation. After you have familiarized yourself with the controls, and before you head out for some off-road fun, here are some safe driving tips that could save you a lot of trouble. First, slow down. With all the newfound control and excitement you'll find in a four-wheeler, don't let your confidence override good common sense. There isn't a four-wheel drive vehicle made that can take large chuck holes or an unseen gully at high speeds. Draws onto. You'll still have two wheels on solid ground if you can't go on. A four-wheel drive, but getting completely stuck areas you're not sure of. And last, whenever you are heading into remote wilderness areas, where you are going and when you plan to return. It could save you a lot if you have an accident. When it comes to vehicles, international truck dealers are the industry's leaders. International salesmen to help you select the right four-wheeler for your needs. Scout, Travelall,